Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to another AJS TV live streams. Aston Villa versus Luton Town in the Premier League. It is game week 10, I think it is now. Bear with me. There we go. Game week 10, Aston Villa Luton. This is I think a fairly big game for both teams. Villa looking now towards the proper top end of the Premier League table, which a lot of not only Villa fans but other fans of other teams thought we wouldn't do, especially being in Europe. And Luton Town are in desperate need of points. They are currently sat in the dreaded bottom three. I don't think many Luton fans thought they were going to stay up this season, but they're fighting. They're a point behind Bournemouth, who lost again yesterday. It looks like the bottom five is pretty much concrete, to be honest with you. You could even, to be honest, separate Everton at this point. Although if they get their 12-point deduction, they're sucked right back into it. Hello to you, Jamza. He says, come on, Luton, as I know this guy is going to mention Chelsea. The reason why I mention Chelsea so much is because I've, to be honest, I seem to have a lot of Chelsea mates. So I have a lot of banter between me and, between Villa and Chelsea anyway. Luke Hopkins says, come on up the Villa. I misquoted. He says, come on the Villains. I reckon Emi Martinez scored a bicycle today. Probably more odds of that happening than supposedly Marvelous Nakamba scoring a goal. I did my research today. Last time Nakamba scored a senior goal was in 2016. Since then, he's been he was playing for Vitesse at the time. He signed for Club Brugge, Aston Villa, and now Luton Town, and has failed to score for either of those three teams in 3 different leagues, by the way. And AJ, why does it say 4:30 kickoff? It's because I decided to be a moron and not change the time. But thank you for that, Luke. There we go. I knew I was forgetting one thing. I nearly left the badge as West Ham on my screen. It nearly stayed as West Ham, not Luton Town. I'll get into my predictions in a little bit. I just wanted to talk about the lineup first and go into a potential problem with John Duran. Some of you might have noticed he's not in the squad for Aston Villa today, but he was in the squad against AZ Alkmaar. So the Villa lineup: in goal, as always, Emi Martinez. Back four, Cash, Konsa, Torres, Digne. That seems to be the standard back four now in the Premier League. John McGinn, Kamara, Louise as the pivot, and Zaniolo, with Ollie Watkins up front with Diaby as the shadow striker in that 4. It's like a 4-4-1-1, 4-2. I prefer to say 4-4-1-1 because Diaby's not an out-and-out forward. But people say, different shit, I guess. Luton have come with a back 5. I don't think anyone expected anything otherwise. Kaminsky in goal. Dotti, Osho, Tom Lockyer, Mengi and Kabore as their back 4. Former Aston Villa loanee Ross Barkley in midfield. And former Villa player mentioned earlier, Marvelous Nakamba, also midfield next to Ogbeni, with the front 2 of Jody Morris. They're pretty much their only good player, to be quite honest, and Jacob Brown. Maybe that's a bit harsh on Luton. I do like Marvelous Nakamba, but in terms of their actual offensive threat, it is only Morris, the only player I'm actually really worried about, to be quite honest. Yeah, like I said, John Duran not on the bench for Villa. If we go over our substitute benches, that's benches, by the way. Bailey, who scored in midweek and also scored against West Ham. Chambers, Leandro Dendoncker, Diego Carlos, Irogue Bunham, Longley, Olsen, Tielemans, and Bertrand Traore. In the listed missing players, you've got 5 injuries with Buendia, Courtney Howes, Tyrone Mings, Moreno still with that long-term injury, and Jacob Ramsey. No mention of John Duran. And like I said, Duran was on the bench against AZ Alkmaar. Didn't start, and I think I've seen some people talk about this on Twitter a little bit. And look, you can debate what people say on Twitter all you want. I reckon, now this is just a hunch from me, and I could get this completely wrong, but my channel, my opinion. I reckon John Duran has got a little bit upset that he didn't start against AZ Alkmaar, because he has started every game in the Conference League except for the game against Alkmaar. I reckon when him and Ollie Watkins were spoken to at the start of the season with Unai Emery, I reckon Unai said, okay, Ollie's going to start in the Premier League, you're going to start in the cup competitions, especially the Conference League. And I reckon John Duran has spat his dummy out the pram because Ollie Watkins has started in the Premier League and he also started against AZ Alkmaar. That's what I think. I think he's upset and maybe he's had a little bit of a falling out with one of the coaches or whatever, and that's why he's not on the bench. I mean, I could be completely wrong. It's just, it just fits it a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, everything's fine. He's always there on the bench or starting in those cup games, and the second he doesn't start in the Conference League, he's suddenly not on the bench anymore. I do find that very odd. But like I said, I could be wrong, but that is just what I think. All his yeah, exactly. So he's deleted all his Insta posts for Villa. I didn't even know that. If that's true, then I think my hypothesis is true. I think he's upset. You triple captain Ollie Watkins FPL. I triple captained Erling Haaland, I think. I don't often change that, to be honest, because Haaland gets loads of points for me. So I could have put it as Ollie, to be honest. I think a lot of people probably would do that. I really want DRB Watkins, Tielemans, Cash to score today, but Cash, Tielemans unlikely. Tielemans is not even starting, so I think that would be very unlikely. Bailey he has been very good. I'll talk about all these players individually. I don't know how Courtney House is still a Villa player. That's a different. I could make an entire video on that altogether, Dominic, to be honest. Mark Grundy says very possible. You agree? We haven't got a link yet. Obviously this game is not live. West Ham Everton is live, but Brighton, Fulham, and even Liverpool Forest, by the way, you cannot watch it in the UK. How crazy is that? Liverpool, two European Cup winners. Liverpool have a massive fan base in this country. That game is not on live TV. I find that absolutely crazy. Manchester City versus Man United is on TV, and it is live later on tonight, and I will be watching. I cannot wait. Didn't know Pillar were playing today. You should know when all the top teams play, especially with that. We've taken your place in the Big Six, so you got you got to learn. You got to learn, little bro. This is what I mean. Chelsea banter. That's what I mean. I think Ollie and Diaby will score. Mark says, surely it can't be that surprising. No, we needed to win. Fringe players weren't doing the job. So, of course, dropping him was the only... Yeah, his argument, though, will be that he scored it as Legia Warsaw and he was taken off early against Zrinjski, and we got a winning goal in that game. So I think his argument is he's done his job. It's just the defence weren't very good against Legia Warsaw, and he wasn't given enough time to score against Zrinjski. That's probably his argument. But he was piss poor in that game against Bosnia, that Bosnian side. He was getting bullied by their centre-halves. And I back Unai Emery all the way. Emery probably knows more about football than everyone in chat, including me, put together. So whatever he says goes. And Jamza, he says, here we go. When people chat shit about Villa and they're Chelsea fans, I will throw it back. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The game, it will be on during the Villa game, but I'm going to switch it on after. To be honest, if I thought about it, I could have done a transition live stream from Aston Villa into Man City, Man United, but I can't be asked for that. I'll just, I'll end stream and I'll watch the City Arsenal. I'll watch the City United game. I had City Arsenal in my mind because Man City have lost 2 games, and I'm looking at the table thinking, with injuries, could Man City potentially be leapfrog today? If Villa, this is crazy. I said this earlier with a mate. If Aston Villa could beat Luton Town today, and we should beat Luton Town, and Man City, if they were to lose to Man United, we would go above City in the table. How mad is that? How mad is that? That there is a genuine possibility that happens. I'm just saying. Chelsea got owned by Brentford. Yeah, Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea's always a fun topic to talk about in the Premier League because all the money they've spent, they are 11th in the table. 3 wins in 10 games is shite. They've lost more than they've won and drawn. 13 goals scored and 11 conceded. They don't seem to have a clear game plan. I watched the game against Brentford, and maybe I'm just a hater for... maybe I'm being overcritical is what I'm trying to say. But it just seemed to... The whole game plan is just pass the ball side to side to side to side and hope for the best. There didn't seem to be any urgency. The only Chelsea player that looked like he was going to actually unlock the Brentford defence was Cole Palmer. But Palmer can't do everything on his own. I thought Sterling yesterday was showing small glimpses, but then, you know, his decision making in the final third was off. Nicholas Jackson, what a joke he's been since the start of the season. You know, the preseason kind of sold you all a dream. I don't get it. People are saying Drogba regen. I'm not seeing anything about that. Every game in the Jams, don't say that. Every game in the Premier League. I made a video on this on TikTok. Just every game in the Premier League is difficult. We're all here in the Premier League for a reason, right? Every game is going to be, or at least should be, difficult. This Luton Town side beat Everton at Goodison Park. So, yeah. It wasn't just you. I've said this to, I think I said this to Paul and some other people. I spoke about this whole Man City Villa thing a few times this morning. And yeah, I just like the idea that we could be above Manchester City in the Premier League. I do like that. Nibblescraft says, let's go Aston Villa. Sheffield Wednesday are winning a championship game. They are beating Rotherham, which is another mid-team in the championship. But that is a massive result going down in Yorkshire right now. For those who are not interested in the championship, Sheffield Wednesday are currently on, 3 points in 13 games? And they will double their points today if they beat Rotherham. It'll be their first win of the season. Rotherham, who are also struggling, third bottom in the championship, like pretty much Wednesday are dragging them down with them for relegation. Like that's pretty much what that means. The game is going to be underway now, so I'm going to remove this overlay, and we will get a stream of it. Hopefully, there'll be a stream of it. I imagine Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool will be covered on Twitter, but I'm not sure about any other game, so we can, fingers crossed, hope for the best. Everyone beats Everton at Goodison. Yeah, but you'd still expect Everton to beat Luton Town. And hang on, Everton battered Bournemouth 4-0 at Goodison. So I mean, you never know. You never know. Why are we laughing at a club that loses every week? Because it's funny. No Mudryk, so it was an obvious loss. We need a proper number 9 like Kane standard. Would you agree? I do think having a good out-and-out striker, I do think a lot of your problems go. And the reason why I'm saying that, and I'll stop talking about Chelsea for a little bit, because I've overstayed my welcome at talking about Chelsea on a Villa stream. But look at expected goals. Now, some people don't like that as a stat, but I'm just going to use expected goals as my reference here. You've got one of the highest XG in the Premier League. You've won every game bar one, which was yesterday, on XG. Which does mean if you have an actual goal scorer in your team, surely those expected goals would be goals, you know? Take Jackson out and say you bought Harry Kane, which, I mean, wouldn't happen now, but say you actually did sign him. Surely those expected goals would actually be goals and you wouldn't be where you are on the table. I'm just going to say that. Maybe football is that simple, you know? Don't rule Luton out, they're scrapping and fight. Exactly, it's why. Look, my prediction, and I'll ask you guys in chat to give me your prediction for today. I'm going to say 3-0 to Villa. It should be 3-0 to Villa, but football's a funny old game, and Villa have traumatized me enough to never be super excited. We've won 11 home games in a row. Surely Luton Town will be 12. Like, surely. I'm going to EPL Kingdom on Twitter. That'll be the first place I go. And there is a stream. I think I may have actually found a Twitter stream for Villa Luton Town. Although right now it is current. What is it even showing? It seems to be a little bit behind, but it is showing that. Same with Brighton, Fulham. I won't celebrate just yet because these streams seem to be like really far behind. The only one that isn't is Liverpool Forest. 6-0 Villa, says Jamza. It's 26 of you in the live stream, guys. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Liverpool Forest has 14,600 viewers on this Twitter live stream and is currently live, like properly, where the other ones seem to be delayed. Like Everton West Ham, for some reason, is like a delayed stream with ads on it, so I don't really know what is going on. And the one that says Luton versus Aston Villa is seemingly showing West Ham. What is going on? Brighton Fulham showing Real Betis versus Osasuna. This Twitter account has buggered this up. What is going on? 3 live streams and all of them are a mess. Oh dear. I'm saying 2-0, but I think Luton will score. Well, wouldn't that be 2-1? Or you're saying you hope it's 2-0, but you think Luton will score. 4-0 Luton. Sorry, 4-0 Luton. 4-0 Villa against Luton, says Nibblescraft. And is it Goyera? It says 3-0, but Luton haven't been blown out this season. That's true. Luton have been fairly competitive in their games. They haven't actually been blown to pieces. You look at Sheffield United, who lost 8-0 to Newcastle, 5-0 to Arsenal yesterday. Like, you know, these are substantial defeats, and Luton haven't really had, you know, a lot of that so far. Looks like Ben City could go down thanks to Rooney. Yes, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. Toilet says 3-1. Luke says 3-0. Henry says 5-0. Yeah, I think 3-0's, you know, a safe bet. I may have to look elsewhere because this... Oh, they've sorted out the Brighton Fulham stream. So it is genuinely just the Villa one that is now messed up. Of course, we have to wait. Yeah, the Villa one is now showing West Ham. What is going on? The guy can't tell the difference between one Claret team and another, so I still have to wait, unfortunately. I'm going for a 2-0 win, says Gypsy Lad. To be fair, no, Villa could be 1-0. How have they messed up this bad? Yeah, Brighton Fulham's completely fine now. Everton West Ham is fine. Liverpool Forest, they never messed up. And you can tell why, because they have like 17,500 viewers. And yeah. You can see the scores on screen as well, as we spoke about a little bit earlier. It is Sheffield Wednesday 2, Rotherham United 0. Still, even though it's like past half time, it's West Ham 0, Everton 0. And we've covered one game from France, which is Lille versus Monaco. Still no... Can they please show this Villa game? It's just a blank screen. I think they're trying to fix it because it is now a blank screen and it's got 400 people watching. So yeah, I think they are desperately trying to fix what is going on there. I'll see if any stat has come out from the game so far. I would expect Villa to have, 75% of the ball today. I can't imagine less than that, really. Yeah, it's 76% for Villa. We've had 3 shots already, apparently. And Luton Town with 24% possession, no shot, and 1 offside. The back 5 of Luton, it could be like the Zrinski game. We could struggle against a side that has a low block. That's what I'm worried about. Villa Short says, hi AJ. Almost 1-0. Would have been such a good goal. Diaby passes to Watkins. Watkins chips it up. Zaniol hits it on the volley. Very unlucky. Very unlucky. My patience is wearing thin with this Twitter page. I cannot lie. Everton bullying West Ham. Oh my god, how it is still goalless in their game. Yeah, I'm just going to go to another website because this is taking way too long. There's that website I went on before, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was recommended to me by a mate of mine. My mate Aston has used it to watch his games, and I never remember what it's called, and now I'm upset because I probably should remember. Toilet, do you know what it is? He uses a live stream website. I can never remember. Did I save it on my other web browser? I surely favorited it. I'd rather not speak about our result yesterday, to be fair, until I see this one. Fair. I can't remember. I didn't save it. I actually am a moron. I did not save it. Pain. Severe pain. I might have to go to MM40 or something. Just ask him. Oh, never. I've got the stream. It is it's German commentary, but I don't care at this point. I do not care at this point. I've got it. And it's a minute behind, so it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It is a Villa free kick with Douglas Luiz. I'll get the lineup of the teams on my phone. Free kick taken short. Digne back to Luiz. I'm glad for anything, to be honest. Kamara into Diaby. Diaby on the byline. Good ball. Digne cross. Oh, I've just seen Zaniolo flick a shot wide. Just inside the 6-yard box. A good pass in from Luca Digne. Does this get a touch on a Luton Town defender? Oh no, he's just dragged it wide. That's unfortunate. Oh no, it did take a flick on. It didn't look like it on the replay. It is a Villa corner. It was a good ball from Digne to the near post. And with the outside of Zaniolo's foot, he tries to steer the ball in at the near post. Villa corner. Luiz, far post, in towards Konza. Good header away. Zaniolo gets it back. Kind of on his own here. Tries to go on his left foot. He's going more central. Gets that cross in. It's a good ball, but it's a good hold by Kaminski in goal. He's had to do well there. It's a really inviting ball from Nicolo Zaniolo. Villa doing well. Tamworth doing well. What a season this is shaping up to be. Oh, man. 9.5 minutes gone. Villa 0, Luton Town 0. It's been all Villa, though, as far as the stats go and as far as what you guys have told me. Luton Town have barely had a touch so far. John McGinn into Pau Torres. Diaby might be offside, but it's a good ball from Pau Torres if he is on. Zaniolo, he's been very involved heavily, and unfortunately, it was good defending, and the ball's gone for a goal kick. It was a tackle that has ricocheted back off Zaniolo. But he's been heavily involved in the last couple of minutes. Left, right, centre. Moving across for people, getting into space. I think Luton Town would be very happy with the point. If this stayed 0-0, they would be very, very happy. I imagine anyway. Everton have scored against West Ham. There is a Dominic Calvert-Lewin has scored. It is West Ham 0, Everton 1. That is a shock result. I'm watching on Twitter. I might I'll just make a little post for you guys, so I don't have to keep saying it. Just bear with me. Also, I've nearly missed a goal doing that. What happened? I think Ollie Watkins has just had a shot saved by Kaminski. I didn't see it, but I heard the commentator get excited. I need to see the replay on that. I nearly missed the goal trying to say watch it on Twitter. Will they show a replay now? That's heartbreak. Nearly 1-0 to Villa, apparently. Watch Villa versus Luton on EPL Kingdom on Twitter. I will call it X, but it's not really Twitter. To me, it will always be Twitter. I'll never call it like properly X. But there you go. Should be fine. Yeah, I mean, we've had some chances already, Dino. Unfortunately, we've yet to put the ball in the back of the onion bag. Luton Town want a foul. They felt Ogbeni got upended on the halfway line, but the referee pretty much ignored him there. Cat reveal. My cat doesn't really go in my room, unfortunately. Not very often. And when she does, it's when like I'm being really quiet. She doesn't like a lot of noise and she likes comfort. Stat-wise, like I said earlier, it's still 76% of the ball possession for Aston Villa. 5 shots to Luton's 0. I think it has pretty much summed up this game so far. Kamara trying to find Luiz. Villa get the rebound with Diaby. McGinn finds Digne left-hand side. About 35 yards from goal. We'll go backwards to Pau Torres. Trying to tease our way through their back 5. Torres into Digne. Might go for the early ball. He does. Left-footed. Cross comes in, but it's into the hands of Kaminsky, who plucks it out the sky. Which cat? I think there's been one cat on stream, which was my cat called Fudge. I think it's the only cat that's appeared on stream. I've just seen the Watkins chance, and it really should have been 1-0. Lovely cross from Cash, and Watkins has missed the tap-in from like 4 yards. I mean, it was saved by Kaminsky, but you would expect Ollie to score that, especially in the form he's in. That is, in my opinion, a sitter. That really should be 1-0 to Aston Villa, and it's a big miss. It's a good save, but it's more of a poor miss than a good save. I'm a bit disappointed that he hasn't scored that, to be honest. Long ball looking for Digne's overhit, and it will be a throw into Luton by their corner flag. It will be taken by Kabore. Villa hopefully can press them and squeeze them up the pitch a little bit. Camera's currently panned to Unai Emery shouting out instructions. Another header from Digne. We've tried to squeeze them in. It's another throw into Luton a bit further up the pitch. But they're still struggling to break out from defence. They've barely had the ball for more than 5 seconds. Kabore goes long. It's flicked on by, I think, Jody Morris. Villa do win it back with Louise, only temporarily. And now Cash has to race back to stop the attack of Ogbeni, who once again, Ogbeni claims he's fouled. Which just isn't true. Cash now into Konza. I've yet to know what Luton do on the attack, because they've given the ball away on the halfway line every single time. So I don't even know what their plan of action is offensively. They have yet to even show me. Torres into Ezri Konsa. Court of an Aragon, still goalless at Villa Park. It is still goalless elsewhere except for West Ham versus Everton, and it's somehow Everton 1, West Ham 0. I can't believe that. Digne into Torres. Torres to Konza. Luton have every single man behind the ball. 45 yards from their own goal? A little bit higher up than Zrinjski. Zrinjski were really, really deep. They were a lot deeper than this. Not saying this isn't a very low block Luton Town side. It's just we've seen it. We've seen it before this season. Torres, heavy pass into Digne, but he keeps it alive. Digne beats Kabore. He's fouled, surely, referee. And the referee has come up to Kabore. Yeah, Kabore just drags him down. It is a free kick to Aston Villa. And the referee gave Kabore a talking to. He's shaking his head. These Luton players have complained like every decision so far. Best part of Samsung is you can download so many free streaming apps. Sheffield Wednesday winning the first game. Yep, as things stand, they are about to win their first championship game of the season. Still will be rock bottom in the championship, but it will be a massive win for them. And it's almost sad to see the downfall of Ajax. Yeah, I know, the second bottom's crazy. Free kick taken short. John McGinn, edge of the box. McGinn on his right foot. Yeah! John McGinn 1-0. Lovely finish from the Scotsman. Free kick was a training ground routine. Played to John McGinn. He fakes it on his left, goes on his right, drills it through a crowd of players, and Aston Villa take the lead 16 minutes into the game. It's super. John McGinn on the score sheet once again. Love that. That free kick is brilliant. Dummied by Diaby. Fake shot from McGinn on his left. On his favourite right boot. Strikes it across. It's a lovely finish. Absolutely lovely. Aston Villa 1, Luton Town 0. We will definitely take that. Yeah, very nice goal. I think very, very well deserved. Villa have been absolutely all over Luton Town so far. It's a really nice goal. Even from like the neutrals perspective, that's a really nice goal. It's a good routine. I think all of that has probably been planned with the set piece coach Austin McPhee. I think he's planned that. Maybe the fake shot was implemented by John McGinn, But I'd love to know if Austin McPhee said to John, fake on your left, go on your right, dribble and strike across goal. I would absolutely love it if all that was planned. But I feel like the idea was McGinn to go on his left edge of the box. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe we will know. This stream is lag. Is anyone suffering lag on the stream? I would like to know. Is anyone else... I have not dropped a single frame. According to my statistics, it's been a stable 6,000 kilobit per second stream with 60 frames per second and only 8% of my CPU being used. Badly. Oh dear. I might try and monitor this on a tablet then and see what's going on. Well, if people are going through through lag, then I apologise, but everything on my end seems to be seemingly okay, but maybe not. Digne crossing for Watkins, and just couldn't get in front of the ball. It's a really good cross as well. It's a shame we still keep it alive. Watkins in the middle. Oh, how has Zaniolo not made that too? That's a really good cross from Watkins. I'm lagging really bad. Oh shit. Why is it saying I've not dropped any frame? I'm really confused. It's saying I've not dropped any frames. I am so baffled. Hang on, I'll get on my phone. I'll go out my way and get up on my phone. Maybe, well, considering people are having problems in different parts of the country, it could be a YouTube issue in the UK. I'm so confused. Well, that is concerning. Okay, that is a problem. I don't have lag usually on stream, to be honest. I don't know what to say. I'll try and find the root of the problem. It won't be that. I'm connected via Ethernet, so it won't be that. We are third place. Yeah, we are doing very well. Yeah, I'm getting lag on my phone. I'm getting lag on my phone now. Yeah, this is bad. What is going on? The problem is I can't really restart the stream. Well, I can, but it classes like as a new stream. I can't go back to it. Yeah, this is an issue. I apologize, guys. I don't really know what is going on. I'm gonna have a look to see if people are having issues in. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We'll just see if it clears up. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I apologize for everyone involved today. I am actually, I was getting lag on my phone too, which is a problem. I don't like that. What I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and play the quality in the, if I put the quality as like 144p, what happens? Because like, the problem that people have had with like Twitch before is on a lot of streams, you can only have like 1080p and that's it. It doesn't show anything else. And that causes issues with people who don't have good internet. But on YouTube, you can dictate what you want. So you can have it in like the lowest resolution if you want, or the highest, or anything. So that's what I don't understand. So I don't get it. What I also don't understand is some people saying they don't have issues. Like, you'd think it would be all or nothing, you know? I'm baffled. This is why I think it's either an issue on like YouTube UK or I don't get it. Yeah, I know. I've had apparently. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. My app is fully updated. Is all right. I'm gonna ask this for people in chat, and I know like. Can you say in the chat it is? If it is okay, I don't know how do I say this. I'd say type lag if it's lagging, and then type no lag if it's not lagging, so that then I actually get to properly see. It's such a shame that this is happening. To be fair, it might take 20 years for people to hear that message. I don't get what's going on. I'm going to someone else's live stream in the UK. That's something I'm going to try and do. See if there's any issues there. If everything seems to be fine there, then it's definitely an issue I'm having. Like live. Oh, it's YouTube. It's YouTube. I've just had a lot. It's YouTube. YouTube's down in the UK. I'm gonna tell people. YouTube is currently having issues in the UK. I have checked on multiple streaming channels. I'm gonna pin this. It is not an issue I'm having. It's an issue a lot of people are having, unfortunately. I've just gone on the Red Men TV, and they're having the same issues there. This is why, like, Henry Dominguez is fine. Yes, people. So I've gone on Redmen TV, and it says, "Not your fault. Redmen stream is down. You have to apologize. Screen freezing, but chat still streams. What's going on? I'm having. It's happening with videos, not just streams. Streams fine with me, but occasionally playing catch up. You go back 5 seconds from live, it won't lag. Mine is fine. Using well, maybe that could work, guys in chat. It apparently, if you go back 5 seconds and then you can, the stream's fine if basically you're watching like on a even more delay. Apparently, but yeah, apparently there are issues. How fun. And I apologize, guys, because like this obviously doesn't help your viewing experience. It's very frustrating for me as well. And I wish it could be different. But if you're from the US, everything should be okay, apparently. If you're like elsewhere, you should be fine. Which does, I mean, straight away, as soon as Henry Dominguez said he was fine, I was like, okay, something weird's going on here. Because at first I'm thinking, oh, am I dropping frames? It says 0 drop frames. Everything on my end from what my streaming, my web, what is it called? My streaming app, sorry, my brain's not working. It's telling me my bitrate has been perfect. My frames have been perfect. My CPU usage has been minimal. So there was like no way at least from what it was telling me, that it could have been me. So I was really confused. But yeah, I'm just gonna watch the game. Hopefully it clears up on its own. But yeah, it is a joke, and it's so annoying because I've seen Redmen's viewers have gone down. I've gone from 30 to 15. It is what it is. There's not a lot we can do. We just have to get through it, unfortunately. 28 minutes gone. It is still Aston Villa 1, Luton Town 0. And Luton have just had an offside. What a great... Sorry, I'm going to read the rest of that comment. I read the first bit. What a great day for YouTube to go down in the UK of all them streamers planning to do the Manchester derby. That's what I done. Gone back a bit. Oh, yeah. You'll have to tell me if that fixes anything. Yeah, guys, if you can listen to me, if people can actually hear what I'm saying. Opinion on City. I keep saying City Arsenal because it's on my mind since that defeat and the red card incident. Man City versus Man United. Give me your prediction. I'd love to know it. Because I've seen it all. I've heard it all. I've heard anything from Man United actual demolition of City to City just doing their usual. It is at Old Trafford. I think this is where the conversation is like so expansive. The fact it's at Old Trafford. Man United are usually not bad at home. Historically, they are good at home. They've beat Copenhagen even 1-0 in the Champions League recently at home. They beat Brentford at home. They did lose to Galatasaray. But they've not been great this season. I will say that. It's an issue with YouTube, Aston Villa shorts. All the UK streamers are having like lag issues apparently. Your prediction is 2-2. I think 2-2 is probably fair. 2-2 is probably fair. During all that confusion, it is Brighton 1, Fulham 0. I might just put a little overlay for you guys. So if anyone coming in and they're having issues. UK is I'm just gonna have a shitty little overlay for you guys. I don't even I'll just have it in that, I guess. And I'll put it like... I can't even spell, by the way. Ha! There we go. And I'll just... Yeah. But anyone who's wondering, they join. I might make it a little bit more pretty and add a stroke to it. This stream's giving me a stroke, to be honest. There we go. All right, 32 minutes gone. Aston Villa 1, Luton Town 0 is the scoreline. Not a lot has happened, to be fair, since the McGinn goal. There's been a chance with Zaniolo, which he put wide. How Zaniolo has not scored a goal for Aston Villa is ridiculous, by the way. He's had so many chances since he's been here and has still yet to score. It is mad. It is Lille 1, Monaco 0 in France. And Liverpool 1, Nottingham Forest 0 in the Premier League. Diogo Jota scored for Liverpool. So Villa have gone into 4th, Liverpool into 3rd. And have both overtaken Manchester City, who currently sit 5th in the Premier League. Brighton are beating Fulham for the first time in the league. Crazy. I'm going to see if what people have said on my video. Oh, video's got 1,500 views. Someone said can't have that with a Watkins triple captain in FPL. Yeah, so many people have put Watkins as triple captain today in the Fantasy Premier League. Make sure you put it on YouTube, otherwise people think it's you. Make sure you put it. Am I being dumb? Sorry, what do you mean by that, Jams? I might be like, I might be very dumb because my brain is just doesn't understand what you mean. Watkins tries to chase a long ball. That was won back by Luton Town. I think it was the centre back Mengel getting there first. Controlled this game, and we have thoroughly deserved to be 1-0 up. And there are no complaints about this game. Because of how Villa are, or how Villa have been my entire life, I still get worried about us bottling this. I still get worried about it. Kamara going long. Flick on from Watkins. Tries to find the RB, but the pass is overhit. And now, well, a rare chance for Luton Town just ended instantaneously there with Jody Morris trying to be clever with a little dummy, but instead, I don't think Nakamba was on his wavelength and the ball went straight to Villa's defence. Darwin Núñez has made it 2-0 to Liverpool against Nottingham Forest. I know there are a couple Darwin Núñez FPL enjoyers out there, and I'm sure they'll be enjoying that goal. Konza into Kamara. McGinn tries to turn away from Nakamba. Louise going long, looking for Cash. That's a good pick out. Cash on the byline. Has options in the box. Matty Cash goes on the outside. Tries to get the cross in. It's deflected away. And it is a corner. Doughty with the challenge. Doughty. It's Doughty, sorry. Doughty. I'm dumb. Just from that kind of day today. Some days I just can't I can't communicate very well on stream. My brain and my mouth are on completely two different wavelengths, and what I'm thinking is not what I'm saying, and vice versa. I mean this, bro. UK is currently having YouTube streaming. Oh yeah. I did pin the comment as well. So when people join, they read the comment saying YouTube's currently having issues in the UK. Oh yeah. I know what you mean. UK. I know what you mean. I thought that was self-explanatory, but yeah, no, there are people that still probably won't know, I guess. And I'll make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. All right, cool. I know something that will help cheer us all up. And what is it? Oh, to be fair, Villa are winning, so I'm not upset. It's just annoying. Oh, cat. Well, I don't know where she is, unfortunately. My cat is somewhere in the house, probably upstairs, probably in another room. I don't know where to put this, to be honest. I could just have it like... I'll just leave it where it is. I'm not too bothered. 39 minutes, Connor. Villa 1, Luton 0. I gotta say, when you play, it seems like Luton, the entertainment value does plummet because Luton don't exactly come here to play football in the nicest way possible. And I'm not criticizing Luton and their play style at all, but just like no one got excited about playing Sean Dyche's Burnley. It's kind of the same thing. It's a little bit dull. It's low block, and it's like watching a Villa training session. Really, it's just attack versus defense. Like the Zrinski game just had no entertainment value to it. It was just Villa on the ball. What can Villa do with the ball? That's why being a Man City fan must be so boring because this is like every game for them. Even when they play the good teams, like they just beat them. And where's the entertainment? Where's the excitement? I like the emotional roller coaster you go through watching football. Hang on one sec. All right, so I might be getting cat for a second. I don't think I've ever shown my cat on stream actually, but that'll be the highlight of the day. Ogbenny, good press from Zaniolo on Ogbenny, and he's done like fairly well there. He's actually dug a pass out. Now Brown is on his own, and Digne can actually even win a free kick from him. You gotta feel for the front two of Luton that it is pretty much the graveyard shift they're having right now. They are just chasing down long balls and getting battered by defenders. That's been the story of Luton's attack so far. They've probably had the ball like 3 times between the two of them, and we're nearly halfway through the game. Like, it must be very, very, very tiresome to be a striker in this kind of system. You are relying on scraps. That's why I actually rate Morris quite highly. He's scored, how many goals he's scored now? I think he's scored 5. Has he not? Maybe 4 in the Premier League. I know a couple have been penalties, but he's had to do fairly well to score even that. Jody Morris has scored just 3 in the Premier League. He scored in domestic cups. That's probably why. No, Jody Morris, he got 20 for Luton last year, 3 in the Premier League this year. And they are really relying on scraps. Like, it is horrendous. They've just had a cross that's gone for a goal kick. Morris is their highest goal scorer. And Adebayo has 2. Lockyer has 1. Anderson has 1. And Ogbenny has 1. That is the list of their goal scorers so far in the Premier League. The Villa fans, I mean, you will be fairly happy, watching that. It's not been too bad. The stream, what I find funny is the stream might have gone down on Twitter after all this. There we go. I think I'm gonna... I don't know why. I just didn't like the way it looked. Maybe I'm weird. Alright, the cat is apparently asleep, so I'm not getting the cat. I'm not going to wake up a cat for a live stream, unfortunately. But This is the problem with cats, and I could talk about this for a while. Cats just sleep all the time. They're very boring creatures. They don't really do a lot. If you ever have a cat, you'll know what I mean. They literally sleep, eat, sleep, and that's it. That's a life. Maybe you go outside. If you have an outdoor cat, it'll go outside for a bit, but it's just eat and sleep. Free kick for Villa towards Zaniolo, headed away. Torres, that's a good ball into Digne. Cross. Zaniolo, Konsa combining there. Neither could get a proper shot on goal. Konsa might get it back here. Diaby, his shot is charged down. And the stream has frozen. Yeah, this stream is having issues. I can't even escape the issues on a Twitter stream I'm watching. 43 gone. Aston Villa 1. Luton Town 0. And Diaby was penalised for a... I mean, it's a typical striker's tackle. He's gone for the ball, hasn't found it, caught the man. And a free kick to Luton Town. I think a booking was just shown for wait, who was the yellow card given to? Oh, Zaniolo got one in 28th minute. I think it was the Luton fans booing the referee for not giving Diaby a yellow there. I heard booing. I thought it was the Villa fans for him giving one. But I think it's the opposite. Rare chance for Luton down the right side. And it's tackled by Douglas Luiz. Barkley again claiming he was fouled there. Ross Barkley has done very little for Luton today. Barkley against Zaniolo. Plays it to the fullback. Oh no, I thought it was Ogbenny. It's actually Osho. Osho is tackled though by Kamara. Villa could break. We've got players forward. It's Zaniolo. He's got Watkins in the middle. Diaby on the outside. He finds him. Diaby in the box. Cross is deflected. And Villa get a corner. I should have done more with that, really. Okay, well... hopefully it's fixed. I'm watching it on... I did pin the comment, but I removed the pinned comment. I'm watching it on Twitter or X. Oh, the halftime symbol has shown. So this will probably be the last chance of the half. 1 minute of added time shown. So yeah. Do we do anything in this final kick of the first half? It'll be a Douglas Luiz corner. He's done a special symbol. He's held up the ball to show the players. So it's a different corner. Luiz. Oh, is it the crossbar? Douglas Luiz hits the crossbar from the corner. That's what that symbol means. He held the ball up, and that meant I'm going to swing it in. Douglas Luiz clipping the post, and I think that'll be it for half time. I think that was all she wrote in this first half. Half time, Aston Villa 1, Luton Town 0. I mean, there's very little to say. I could sum up the whole half here by just Villa have been on top. Villa took the lead. Half time whistle went. Like that can be as little. It can be as little as that for explanation of this game. It's been like all Villa, like statistically as well. You'd struggle to find any Luton Town positive. Villa 77% of the ball possession, 1.61 xG to 0, and most of that will be from the Watkins chance that was saved. He should have scored. Villa have had 13 shots to Luton's 0. 4 on target to obviously Luton 0. 9 of Villa's shots have been wide. Luton's keeper has made 3 saves. Luton have fouled us 7 times. This is what I find funny. The pass stat. Villa have passed the ball 325 times to Luton's 92. Yeah, that does sum it up really. Zaniolo has probably had half the shots for Aston Villa and has barely hit the target with any of them. Villa scored off a set piece corner. Was it a corner? No, it was a free kick. Sorry, it was a free kick out wide, which Diaby dummied, which allowed the ball to find John McGinn, edge the box, unmarked, faked the shot on his left, went on his right, dribbled the ball and struck it across goal to make it 1-0 to Aston Villa. And Luton didn't really respond. They have yet to respond. It has just been Villa one wave attack. Luton, every time they've come forward, they've lost the ball in the space of 5 seconds. So, yeah. You really try and look for a positive. The positive for Luton, in the nicest way possible, is that it's only 1-0. That is the best positive you can look for. The fact they're still in the game competitively. Because this game probably could have and should have been out of sight by now. If Watkins scored that tap in, and you combine that with McGinn's goal at 2-0, you would expect this game to be well and truly done for. However, you go back recently, Luton were 2-0 down to Forest and got a point with 10 minutes to go. They suddenly upped the ante, created chances, got 2 shots on target and scored 2 goals. So the fact they're still in this game is a bit of a concern. They are struggling. They cannot break through Villa. Our high line it's like that we're choking them basically. Whenever they play out from the back, they just run into an absolute barricade of claret and blue. And they are struggling. They are very heavily struggling. Dean does say he expected more, and I do agree with that. I would expect more. I do expect more in the second half. But 1-0, if it stayed at 1-0 full time, a Villa fan might be disappointed with that. It is still 3 points. You don't get extra points for beating a team 10-0 to beating a team 1-0. The points matter the most. The only disappointment would be the fact that, a team like Luton, you probably should score more than that. But teams have dropped points to Luton. Like we've said, Everton lost to Luton Town at home. So, you just take what you get, really. The performance is important for me, and I think performance-wise we've been very good. And as soon as that second goal goes in, even though I'm kind of going against what I've said earlier, the fact that Luton did come from 2-0 down against Forest, I do think, though, with Villa, a second goal would seal it. I can't see an Unai Emery's Aston Villa side bottling a 2-goal lead to Luton Town. I don't see that. This is baffling, by the way. Going on Luton Town comments on Twitter. Decent half from the team minus all the set pieces being given to Villa. Seeing Villa has blown out teams in the first half at home 1-0 is all right. Gotta do better when we have the ball, mate. The fact there's positivity is crazy. Look, I know we beat West Ham 4-1. I know we beat Brighton 6-1. I know we have battered teams at home. But they're not playing well. Like I said, their positive is the fact they're still in the game. And someone even on here said, any positives to say? It's only 1-0. Literally what I said. I said it as a joke, but they're actually saying it's, they're kind of agreeing. It's only 1-0. Kaminsky making an incredible save to deny Watkins. The only positive is Villa Park is close to the motorway, so easy to set them off home. That's a funny comment. How is it only 1? Stop the count. I'll take this. Ref wears Villa pajamas. This comment I don't agree with. The guy says sub Kabore. I think Kabore has been okay. I think he's been one of their best players. Considering we're bombing down the left, I think he's had a lot to deal with. Yeah. I do find it funny that they are happy with the fact that it is only 1-0. I do find that kind of funny. My comment from what I made was more bait and more comedy than anything, but they're actually agreeing with what I'm saying, which is kind of funny. See, how did they reply to Villa's goal? McGinn gives Villa the lead, was their post. Giving away too many free kicks. Kaminsky was playing really well too. Honestly, I'm proud we lasted this long. Could get ugly. That was embarrassing. Going down with the blue shite. That's probably a Liverpool fan that said that. So yeah. It's hard to really, like I said earlier, it's hard to talk about the game because that's it. It's just been one way from Aston Villa, and we really probably should have made it 2 or 3-0 by now. But the fact it is only 1-0. So if I was Unai Emery at half time, what I would be saying is the game isn't won yet. We need to make sure we don't get complacent, and we need to put the game to bed. Because we play a very high defensive line. You run the risk of of catching people and not catching people offside. And if they time their run well and they stay onside and they beat the offside trap, then, you know, suddenly Luton could come away at Villa Park with a point out of nowhere. And that's, yeah, basically that second goal is massive. I think from 2-0, you can be a bit more calm. But yeah, before that, no. Lineup for Man United Man City. That game is probably going to be the most talked about game today by a mile. Lineups of the teams have come out. Onana, obviously doing well now. I say doing well now. It's one game against Copenhagen, but he did get man of the match, and he did save a penalty, and he did do like okay against Sheffield United. Harry Maguire getting a winning goal. We are living in a world where Harry Maguire is scoring winning goals for Man United, and Onana is saving a penalty and keeping a clean sheet. Dalot, Maguire, Evans, Lindelof. That is a horrendous backline. Okay, all right, James. If you click like the live option, it does take you back. It does take you forward. I think like the highest point, rather than just like spamming, skipping forward. If you click the button, at least if you're on mobile, I think it works the same way on PC. Actually, I could check myself. Yeah, you can just click like the live button, and it will take you like ahead. Yeah, so that back line is horrendous. I will say that. I am not impressed with that Man United back line. Dalot, Maguire, Evans, Lindelof. Lindelof playing left back. Either that or Amrabat is playing left back, but I can't see that happening. Amrabat McTominay is the supposed pivot, with Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen, Rashford, and Højlund as their forward. Yeah, no Mason Mount, by the way. I find it interesting. Mount is on the bench. Obviously, United have injuries with Casemiro, Malacia, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, but Mount and Varane, I think Varane's coming back from injury, but Mount is on the bench. That is a horrendous. If City drop points to that, I'll be very, very surprised. I want Man United to beat City because I can't stand City's absolute monopoly of the Premier League. I hate it. So I want, obviously, Man United to beat them. But that is a horrendous team. That is people will be talking about a lineup like this in years to come. I remember people have taken screenshots of like the Ferguson era where he was winning games with like a 4-4-2, and it was like back then as well, Johnny Evans at the back with like Javier Hernandez up front, Fabio Rafael, the Brazilian like fullbacks together, Michael Carrick in midfield, like they, you know, a proper honking team basically. And this will be looked at again. I can see if Man United beat City in 5 years' time, there'll be posts like Man United won with this team, and it'll be like, yeah, a picture of Dalot, Maguire, Evans, Lindelof at the back. Amrabat McTominay pivot is a horrendous pivot. McTominay is actually, as we've seen, he's good going forward. He's actually good going forward. He's just not good as a pivot. I will stand by that. What the centre back pairing? Then, as I had to go back. Wait. Oh yeah, the centre back pairing. Sorry, I went on a rant about it, but it's Maguire Evans, which we've seen a little bit before. But that pivot, not pivot. Sorry, the pivot is. I was talking about the pivot before of Amrabat and McTominay, but that centre back partnership of Maguire Evans, like that can't run in the Premier League. The fact that Man United, with all the money they have spent in the last 15 years or whatever, Harry Maguire and Evans are your defensive partnership against Manchester City, the team that you hate, the team that, you know, these days trying to say that Manchester is blue and all that. To defend yourself and to beat them in a derby, you're playing Maguire Evans. I know injury issues have been bad, but my point is they've spent so much money that they shouldn't be having these issues to begin with. Johnny Evans in 2023. What? Oh, that's a great conversation starter, Yoshi. What United players start for Villa apart from Rashford and Bruno? That is a really good question. All right, I'll go through United's team one by one. All right, so this is content. This is actual content. So I appreciate you. Onana doesn't get in the Villa team. Nowhere near it. Emi Martinez, one of the best goalkeepers like in the world. World Cup winner. Copa America winner, Golden Glove in both. One of the best. Dalot. Is Dalot better than Cash? I think there's an argument for that. I think you put Dalot in maybe over Cash. I will say that. I'm not going to be like one of those people who take the piss and say, oh, every Villa player in every position. I do think Dalot is good. I'll probably put Dalot in a combination. Maguire, no way. Evans, no way. Lindelof, no way. Amrabat, no. McTominay, no. McTominay doesn't get in over Douglas Luiz. McTominay doesn't get in over John McGinn. Amrabat doesn't for either of those. Lindelof doesn't get ahead of... Look, I don't even like Digne. Lindelof is apparently playing left back, according to this, and he would not get in over Digne at left back. And I criticise Digne all the time. Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, yeah, I'd have him over. Obviously, Zaniolo is his position, so I would have him there. So far I'm picking Dalot and Bruno. Eriksen, no. Rashford over. So McGinn sometimes plays on the left. It depends how you want to do this, because you could have McGinn and Luiz as the pivot, or you can have Kamara. If I'm going to go by Kamara, Luiz pivot, Amrabat and McTominay don't get near. Rashford does get over McGinn as a wide player. I will say that. So far, I've got Dalot, Fernandes, Rashford, and I'd take Watkins a million times over Højlund. So I've picked three United players there. Obviously, it's not their full strength team. Anthony doesn't. I'd never even heard of Bayendier. He's a sub-keeper. Garnacho don't. Mainu don't. Martial doesn't. Mount doesn't. I don't care. That's controversial. Mount doesn't. Mount is a... How do I describe Mount? Mount, you can kind of put him like in midfield. You can put him on the wing. He's good. He's good at those positions. He's not great at those positions. Mount is someone who you can plug, a bit like a hole in a leaky ship, right? You can use Mount to plug that hole, but eventually you're gonna want to get a bit better than that. You're gonna want to improve. It's just for the now, he's good at that. He's good in midfield. He's good on the wing. He's not amazing. He's not great. And for Man United, and what their standards should be, I don't think Mount is an improvement. Mount is not better than Bruno Fernandes. Mount is not better than Rashford if Rashford plays on the left. And I know Mount has played as left wing before. Mount does not get ahead of those. He doesn't play as a 10. He doesn't play on the wing. I wouldn't play Mount as an 8 personally, but he's played there before. I wouldn't play Mount as a right winger personally, although he's probably better than Anthony and Sancho. I think. I mean, right now, Man United have Bruno there and Eriksen as a 10. I think it's better off playing Mount on the wing and then Bruno in the middle, personally, but that's just me. But yeah, I don't think Mount has helped United. I don't think Mount is what United needed. Casemiro does get in the team as well. So I'd take four United players. The rest is Villa. I've gone through their whole team. The rest is Villa. Those 4 United players would be Dalot, Casemiro, Rashford, Fernandes. And Rashford, I'm thinking about. I feel like Bailey could do more. In fact, talking of Bailey, he's coming on for Aston Villa. Even Leon Bailey, I think, could be considered ahead of Rashford. Rashford is just inconsistent. That's what I don't like about Marcus Rashford. He goes through purple patches of form, like we've seen in the last couple of years, but then, he's been awful this year. Dallo and Cash is I'd hear the argument of both. So that one for me is like, if a Villa fan wanted to make an argument about Cash is better, I'd listen to it. And the same for United fan was saying, Dallo's better than Cash. I'd listen to that as well. I think that's neck and neck. I'd tip it to Dallo because I'm trying not to be biased. But I think that's a close duel. I don't think it's controversial for me to say that's a close duel, especially with how Villa have done defensively this season. But yeah, those are the 4 players. But I appreciate that. That was a really good question, Yoshi. We are underway for the second half. Aston Villa versus Luton Town. Elsewhere, Everton have officially beaten West Ham by a goal to 0 at the London Stadium. Sheffield Wednesday have officially beaten Rotherham in the Championship, which is crazy. I can't believe that. Relegate Rotherham now. That's horrendous. And it is still Brighton 1, Fulham 0, and still Liverpool 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Lille have a second goal in their game in Ligue 1 in France. Villa get a throw in at the Holt. Tom Lockyer putting the ball in row Z there. Just going to get the lineup of the teams back on my phone. There we go. Pau Torres for Villa. Torres into Cash. Pretty much it's like we've paused the game at half time and then click resume because the same passage of play is still happening. My stream though on YouTube is freezing, unfortunately, which is annoying. So I did not see what happened when the cross went in. I think the stream may have gone down. The stream has gone down. It's not just our one. The Brighton Fulham one also went down. So YouTube is getting these to go down, unfortunately. That is annoying. Brighton Fulham has just gone back up. Nottingham Forest has just gone back up. And Luton Villa has yet to go back up, unfortunately. Bailey's on now. Hopefully he can help Villa grab a second goal. I've been really impressed with Bailey recently. I think under Gerrard and Dean Smith, we never really got to see the best of Leon Bailey. Injuries haven't helped with that. But I think the last 2 games he's been very good. Scoring off the bench against West Ham. Started against AZ Alkmaar in Europe, and I thought only Tielemans was better than him. I thought he was the second best player on the pitch. Scored a really good goal as well. I've heard news of a second goal, and I think I've missed it. I've heard news of a Diaby goal. I'm going to see if it's true. It's a Digne cross towards the far post. Diaby, there it is. Aston Villa 2, Luton Town 0. Moussa Diaby. As the ball was played to left-hand side, it was a knockdown, and Diaby was there to finish and surely wrap up this game early into the second half. Super Moussa Diaby makes it Aston Villa 2, Luton Town 0. Perfect start to the second half by Villa, and I think that it's, even if you are the most positive Luton Town fan, you're going to really struggle seeing your side come from this. Cross from the left. That might be an assist for at the back post, actually. Is this a flick header? Bailey's just come on. I think has flicked the ball to Diaby at the back post. Yeah, Leon Bailey combining there. Well, I've said I've been impressed with him. Yep, that is a Bailey assist for Moussa Diaby. Someone who has impressed me, like I said, not that long ago, maybe like a minute or 2 ago. Leon Bailey getting a goal against West Ham, getting a goal in a start against AZ Alkmaar, and a minute of being onto the pitch. The cross came to Bailey. He flicks the ball into the middle, and there was Moussa Diaby to make it 2-0 to Aston Villa. Bailey with another goal contribution for Aston Villa. That's 3 in 3 games. He's absolutely flying. And so are Villa. Villa will probably make it now 12 home wins in a row. Cash, unfortunately though, to bring the the happiness down a little bit, Cash apparently has chopped down a Luton player and got a yellow card, although he's pleading his innocence here. Oh, no, he does get it wrong, Cash. Come on, Matty. You've got nowhere near the ball. His knee has touched it, but he has rattled into Morris. He can plead his innocence all he wants there. It's a bit of a reckless challenge there, Cash. And I think a booking is more than fair. Vamos! 2 goals. I think he's saying congrats from Venezuela. I appreciate you, my friend. I think a lot of people have written Bailey off start of the season. Definitely is one of them. Oh, he's improved brilliantly, hasn't he? He really has. He's I think Unai knows him very well. Even if he doesn't know him as like a person, I think he recognises what his attributes are as a player, and I think he brings the best out of him. I think Unai unlocks the best out of him more than Gerrard and Dean Smith ever could, to be honest. And I think that's why he's doing so well. I think we've understood Luton. We can stretch their back line, and bringing him on helps does that. And already in a minute, he has provided an assist for someone. Like, that's just management for you. It really is. Vince says, yo, AJ, before the game, I predicted 6-0. Haven't been watching this match. I've been watching Liverpool match. Then gonna switch Liverpool match off for the Manchester derby. You said 6-0. To be fair to Luton, they've defended really, really deep. So it's not going to be an emphatic scoreline like that. But we are definitely going to win this game. I think even as a Villa fan and what we've been through as supporters in the last 20 years, I do think it is still safe. It's safe to say at this point we've won this game. Luton, I don't think I've had a shot yet. And they're on a rare attack here with Kabore on the byline. He puts a cross in. Headed away. Edge of the box. It's Barkley. Barkley out wide to Kabore. Gets the second bite of the apple. Cross comes in. Good header away by Torres this time. And Villa will clear their lines. What I was saying basically is we've done well. We'll win the game. I don't think it'll be the scoreline that you suggested. Although I'd love it. I just don't see it. Luton have been far too deep for that kind of scoreline. They've defended very valiantly, to be honest. And Kabore has been given a yellow card for bringing down John McGinn on the halfway line. Hello in the future, AJ. Still 3 minutes behind. Hello to you, Jamza. Hello. People still having issues, unfortunately, on YouTube. It is what it is. We just have, as content creators, we just have to deal with it and move on. It's frustrating because this could have happened any other day, but of course it has to happen. The day Villa play, the day the Manchester derby is playing. It is just frustrating for everyone involved. It is what it is, though. 53 minutes gone. Aston Villa 2, Luton Town 0. To be honest, I would probably take off some players. I'd take off Cash now and Zaniolo because they're both on yellows. No need to get them suspended. I think this game is wrapped up. Maybe I'm being arrogant, but I can't see it. Cross comes in from the left for Luton, and it's plucked out the sky by Martinez. He's had very little to do today. He probably could have set up a picnic in his goal. And don't think he would have missed much of the action. I think that's the first time he's had to do anything with his hands all day. Torres into Digne. I've not seen Luton press a single time, by the way. Not a single time. It's all about their defensive shape. Kamara through the middle. Watkins. Lovely flick from Watkins into Bailey. Bailey on the byline. Cuts inside. Cross comes in towards Watkins. And it's really good defending. And Villa should get a corner for that. Oh, Tom Lockyer's actually down hurt. Watkins went with Lockyer at this near post. And I know Lockyer got injured in the playoff final for Luton. Yeah, that's just a coming together. I think it's good defending from Lockyer. He's just got hurt in the process. That happens, unfortunately. He's back up. He seems to be okay. I think he's just a little bit of a sore one in the moment. But he seems to be more than okay. Villa with their 6th corner of the afternoon at the Hull 10. Corner taken short. Diaby. Whips across in towards the far post. Header away only as far as Douglas Luiz. Luiz has a weird run of scoring at home in the Premier League for Villa. I think he scored 6 home games in a row. Yet to score to date. I'm sure he'd love to make it 7. Here is Dougie. Dougie across to Kamara. Villa go from left to right. Matty Cash. Still not a single press from Luton. They're just holding their really deep defensive shape. Diaby. 2 players on him, including former Villa man Nakamba. Diaby into Bailey. In the box, Bailey towards the byline. He has to now dribble outside of it. And Villa, unfortunately, have to be a little bit more patient. We tried to force the initiative there a little bit too quickly. Kamara. Luiz. He drills it across to Digne. Luca Digne. He tried to catch that on the volley and whip it back into the box, but his the contact of the ball was not there, unfortunately, and Luton do get a goal kick. I think there's going to be an interesting sub for Luton Town, and it's interesting because he used to play for Birmingham City. Tahith Chong, the former the former Birmingham City loanee from Man United, is coming on for Luton. I think he was signed for... Oh no, did he actually officially play for Luton? He might have... I can't remember. I know he went on loan to Birmingham. I can't remember if he joined permanently. He did join permanently, I think. He scored 4 goals, got 5 assists for Birmingham City, and he signed for Luton Town. Yeah, former Blue Nose, Tahith Chong. And I think that's Andros Townsend. Yeah, big up Andros coming on. Former Crystal Palace man. He is a Premier League veteran, this guy. I can't believe he plays for Luton. I remember him scoring an absolute screamer at the Etihad for Crystal Palace a few years ago. Flick on header, and Chung is offside. And ironic applause from the Villa fans as he is caught offside. Kamara into Torres. Elsewhere, it is still 1-0 to Brighton and 2-0 to Liverpool. Nothing has changed in those games. If the games were to end as of right now, Liverpool would go into 3rd on 23 points. Aston Villa would go into 4th on 22. And both will leapfrog Manchester City, who are on 21. They do play at 3:30 against Manchester United, which that will be a very heavily watched game in this country, you would imagine. Brighton up to 6th in the table with a 1-0 lead over Fulham. And down towards the bottom of the table, Luton Town still that singular point away from safety, and Nottingham Forest losing today would mean that they are 5 points above the drop zone, but they haven't won a Premier League game now in 6. They've drawn a fair few of those, but no win in 6 for the Forest. Oh, damn it. 2-0. AJ better not be slagging Chelsea off in the future. I haven't. Digne on the ball line. Cross is deflected, and that somehow stayed in play. Luton are very fortunate there. That has not gone out for a corner. Luca Digne. He's so unlucky there. He is so unlucky. Oh, okay. Something's just gone. What has just gone? One of my overlays just turned off. Oh, I don't care. I'll turn that back on. Chung for Luton. Oh, what a ball that is. Cross is deflected off Cash, and Luton do get a corner. Hour gone it. Aston Villa 2, Luton Town 0. The really good defender from Cash. He's on a yellow. I would say, and I keep saying, I would take Cash off. He's on a yellow card. You don't want to risk a suspension. And they are starting to attack now down the left, down his side. Luton get their first corner of the game with half an hour to go. Villa fans in fine tune as this corner is going to be taken. Corner's an in-swinger towards Morris. Still kept in play. Shot is a rasping one from the number 6 Ross Barkley, former Villa man, and he lashes it over the crossbar. Yeah, Ross Barkley's really overhit that. I think that's Luton's first shot. That might class as Luton's first attempt on goal. And to be fair to Luton, they're singing and clapping and all that. I'll give them credit. They've given their team a lot of support here today. Got very little to show for it, though. Watkins is held by Tom Lockyer, and the referee doesn't give anything. Challenge from John McGinn. Oh, McGinn has actually lost it only temporary as Digne's there to pick up the pieces. Pau Torres into Ezri Konza. Konza into Pau Torres again. Villa try and transition the ball from defence to attack. Konza. Very slow from Villa. We've probably moved the ball like 5 yards in the last 20 seconds. But when there's no press, there's no impetus. We're already 2-0 up. We can just take our time. Here's Kamara. I've never... They're literally standing off Kamara. Zero press. Konza. It's just shape. It's just it's a brick wall of white and tangerine, but there's no press. Douglas Luiz into Kamara once more. I think we should swap Poch with Emery. As a Villa fan, I wanted Emery. I wanted Pochettino. Oh, Diaby! It's a goal! It's 3-0! Moussa Diaby has made it 3. Long ball play forward, and well, I'm saying it might be Diaby because it also could be an own goal of Tom Lockyer. It's a long ball forward that Villa have not really done much in this game. And I need to see the replay. It is a third Aston Villa goal, but it probably is an own goal. Lovely long ball forward. Oh, it is Lockyer own goal. Diaby did get there, but Lockyer made sure, accidentally, obviously. Yeah, I think that's going wide as well. I think that's the worst part about that. Diaby tries to get it back into the box towards Watkins, and Lockyer was there to defend. But unfortunately, he puts it in the back of his own net. Villa 3, Luton Town 0. Yeah, that unfortunately is an own goal. And trying to go back to what I was saying earlier, I think as a Villa fan, I wanted Pochettino before Emery. I wanted Pochettino. I didn't think Emery would do as well as what he's done. I'm incredibly grateful for everything Emery has done. I think he's an amazing manager. But hindsight, is a good thing. I don't think Pochettino would have done well with Villa. I think what we've seen with Chelsea, I don't think so. I think Emery is very underrated. I think he's at the very, very least, he's in the top 10 best manager currently. He's top 10. I think he's top 5. I'm biased, right? But I think Emery is top 5 managers currently in the world. I think he's absolutely incredible. He's won trophies everywhere. He's didn't do amazing at Arsenal, admittedly, but he did very well at PSG, very well at Sevilla, very well at Villarreal in Spain. He's done brilliantly everywhere. Even at Arsenal, I think he won an FA Cup. So he can't have done too bad. Fulham have equalised at the Amex. It is Brighton 1, Fulham 1, and it's that man Paulinho who could have left to Saudi Arabia and had issues leaving, but he has scored for Fulham now. So I'm sure the Fulham fans will, at least today, forgive him for wanting to go. Yes, that Barkley shot that he put well over the bar is Luton's only shot in the game. I thought that was true. It actually is true. Cass trying to find Leon Bailey on the break, but it was intercepted brilliantly, to be quite fair. And now here come Luton down the right. Oh, that's really good from Digne. Digne's had a class game. I think he's done very well recently. Look, I'm one of his biggest haters, but Digne, to be fair to him, has done very well for Villa. The last 4 games? I think he's been top class. Shouting his instructions once more. Nakamba. Good ball out wide. That's poor. Doty tries to play a quick through ball to Teef Chong. I think Chong's coming on possibly for his, his bursts of pace. Maybe they're trying to get through that Villa offside trap, but it's not worked so far. And since he's sub, Villa scored another goal. Does Moreno automatically come back in? No, he don't. And Moreno is a better player than Digne, but you've got to be fair. These players are. They are human beings, right? I think Digne has done enough to keep his place. You can't just swap him out as soon as Moreno comes back. I think you can put Moreno on as a sub. And I think if Digne starts to struggle again, you can put Moreno in his place. But I don't think Digne's put a foot wrong in quite a while. I think the last time Digne had an absolutely dreadful game was Legia Warsaw. Which, I can look in the fixture list to see how long ago that was. I think that game, ever since then, and he even scored in that game, to be fair to him. That Legia Warsaw game, yeah, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 7 games ago. I think he's been good since then. So I think it'd be very harsh to drop him personally. Some Villa fans will say, Villa are more important than singular players. But I just want to be fair to... him, to be honest. Because if he's not playing badly, then don't get rid. Look at Birmingham City are the perfect example of this, right? And anytime I can take to shit on Birmingham City, I will take it. Their manager had been doing well for them. They were 6th in the Championship, I think, at the time. They'd just beaten West Brom in Midlands Derby, and they sacked him for Wayne Rooney, just for like a publicity stunt, basically, to get more eyes on the club. To get more people interested, I guess, in Birmingham City, because they've got Tom Brady as an owner now and all that, or like an investor, whatever you want to call him. And Rooney has come in and lost all 3 games, even though they were winning so many under their previous manager and doing very well. They've sacked him, replaced him with someone much worse, and has plummeted. He's absolutely plummeted Blues into mid-table. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Digne's doing well. Cash for Villa into Douglas Luiz. McGinn. Oh, lovely dribbling from McGinn into Luiz. This is really fluid football from Villa. Luiz. Heavy touch, though. That's a waste. That is a waste, unfortunately. Luton I will say, they're getting the ball more. And trying to venture more in Villa's half. Ogbene actually does well to beat McGinn. Gets a cross in. It's an inviting ball, but no one there. And Bailey can recover the ball for Aston Villa. And we get possession once more. It's a good cross from Ogbene. Just no one there to gamble on it. And that has been the problem for Luton all day. There just doesn't seem to be that attacking synergy with their players. Different players have different... different ideas when they're going forward. We've seen Morris trying to dummy a ball that no one, anticipated, no one reacted, and Villa got the ball straight back again. Ogbene, really good dribbling, beat McGinn, put a good cross into the back post, no one there. If you have a striker at the far post, he heads that, he puts that in the goal. It's a really good cross. He stood up his man, puts the ball into a good inviting area, no one there, and that's been the problem of Luton Town this game. They've not really threatened Villa because their players just don't seem to, it's like they don't really have a proper game plan. I don't want to shit on them a little bit, but I think defensively they've been okay with this low block, but going forward they look completely clueless. It's like they've come across this high line for the first time in their careers. They don't know what to do. Luiz for Villa into Konza. 20 minutes to go. Villa 3, Luton Town 0. Aston Villa will win their 12th home Premier League game in a row and sit, hopefully, at the end of today in 4th place in the Premier League. But I would imagine Manchester City to beat Man United. That game is about to kick off at Old Trafford. Here's McGinn trying to combine with Digne, and Villa have lost the ball, and Digne wanted a foul, and now this could be a counter-attack for Luton, and they've got it for the first time. They might be in here. Oh, that's fantastic from Kamara. I think he's won the ball. Well, I thought he won the ball there. Ogbene is foul. I thought that was brilliant from Kamara personally, because he stops the attack. Oh no, he just doesn't get the ball. I thought he clipped the ball. He doesn't. Ogbene is the one to clip the ball forward to make sure Kamara takes his leg. Villa were fouled though at the other end, which wasn't given. So all this has stemmed from a free kick Villa didn't get. But now Luton have one. And you know what? Even if it is a foul, right, which it is, to be fair, Kamara still made the right decision because they had a good chance there. So, yeah, fair play, Kamara. I think that was the right decision. Digne gets fouled. Referee doesn't give it. Digne's still down, by the way. Yeah, Digne looks really hurt. Now, I've just spoke the last, 10 minutes about Luca Digne, and when Moreno officially comes back, can you drop him? Well, if he's injured, then you just transition from one fullback to another. I really don't want that to be the case, but... Oh, dear. Oh, Digne really looks in discomfort here. This is a problem. This is a big problem. Because, again, who would come on? So what's happened here? Oh, I think he's had like a little stamp on his ankle. That's what's caused this. Accidental. It is a foul, but it is accidental. That's what's caused him a lot of pain here. Possible subs. You've got Chambers, Dendonka, Douglas Luiz, and Longley. You can play in defence, right? You can put any of those on and stick, Konza, maybe, as a left back. Or we play Cash left back, Chambers right back. Like, there are definitely ideas you can have here. But yeah, Digne, he's looking a little bit in distress about his pain here. Thankfully, he's walking now a little bit. Townsend free kick for Luton, edge of the box. Shot is charged down by Luiz. And that's the end of their attack. Now Villa on the break. Douglas Luiz. It's a 3-on-2. Luiz into Bailey. Leon Bailey. That's fantastic defending. Oh my goodness me. That is absolutely brilliant. I think that was Osho with a slide challenge to stop Villa. It was a full-on 3-on-2 there. And a really good pass into Bailey. But incredible defending to stop a fourth goal for Aston Villa. Absolutely. Like, top-class defending that. Oh, no, sorry. It was Mengai with the challenge. I thought it was Osho. It was Mengai. It's really good defending. Really, really good defending.
Okay.
So nearly that fourth goal. Kamara. That's a nice ball. Villa on the break again with Diaby. That's terrible pass, really. Digne picks it back up on the far side. And Digne runs into trouble. And now Luton on the break. That's such a waste, though. We've wasted two of those now in a row. Ogbene against Torres. And Torres is saying he's dived. And he's clearly not happy with Ogbene there. Yeah, Ogbene, he's a bit of a rat for that. He tried to earn a free kick in the first half for going down soft. And he's done it again here. You could give a yellow for simulation there, I'm just saying. Here's Cash for Villa. Another man on a yellow card. Villa not really have made many changes. We did one at half-time with Zaniolo, but we could make subs here with 15 minutes to go. You would imagine it. Konza. Into Douglas Luiz. Matthew Cash. I don't think so. I do think Villa will fall off at some point. Not to be the bringer of bad news, I do think that. I don't want to be the guy to say it, but as much as I'm very happy and very proud of how we're doing, I do unfortunately see it. I want to be proved wrong though. I really do. I just think it's going to be hard, especially later on with those congested fixtures. Nakamba, by the way, so I just had to cut myself short a little bit. Marvellous Nakamba, as he came off for Luton Town, he actually applauded the Villa fans because obviously he's a former Villa player and he was very well loved here. That Aston Villa. Oh, he's shaking hands with the Villa fans. I like that. Well in, Marv. Well in. Nakamba getting a really good applause from the Villa fans. I like that. Rather than go straight up to his seat at Luton, he decided to walk up towards like the top bit of the dugout and actually shake hands with some of the Villa fans, and I like that. I think it's deserved. He was a good player for Aston Villa. He was one of my favourites under the Dean Smith era, and I'm glad to see him get such a good reception returning back to Villa Park as a Luton Town player. I love that. Nakamba, put absolutely everything on a Villa shirt. Chance for Villa to make it 4 and Bailey drags it wide. All I'm trying to do is talk about Nakamba and there's events happening in the game. I was sad to see him go. Unfortunately, when a team progresses and when you want your team to do more and more like on the pitch and get more success, you need to improve on players. And Nakamba, as much as I loved his determination, I loved his commitment, he's a brilliant defensive midfielder. His problem, though, is he wasn't great at passing, doesn't really score goals. You could argue that's not his job, but his only output was defensively. Chance for Luton on the break. No offside flag. Oh, that's fantastic defending. I think the flag has finally gone up now. But it's really good defending from Aston Villa. Luton thought they finally got through the back line and the offside trap. But yeah, fair play to Marv. I hope he does well in his career. If he improved on his passing, I think he could be a really good asset in the Premier League. But unfortunately, he's just not, we've even seen in this game, he's not great going forward. He's that man to break down, the attack for you. But that's kind of it. That's where you draw the line up, Marv. Is there a goal with Aston Villa? No, it's currently 4-0. It's currently 3-0 to Aston Villa. I'd love to say there's a fourth goal, but it is only 3-0 to Villa. I think we've done very well this game. I think Luton Town can be a banana peel for teams to slip over. Everton have, Forest have. They're a nitty gritty team with a back five. They can be hard to break down. They've got height, so they're good on set pieces, and thankfully Villa have not really given them many set pieces today because they've got a very tall team, and I'm sure when we play them at Kenilworth Road, they'll be trying to get as many corners as possible because that's how they score a lot of their goals. So yeah, afternoon or what games? It's been all right. It's been all right for Villa today. People say it's only 3-0. Teams will lose to Luton Town. Kamara's coming off for Aston Villa. I think 3-0 is respectable. I think it's fine. We could have got more today. We've missed some chances, to be fair. I think people's only annoyance will be the FPL users who have Ollie Watkins. He's yet to score today because Diaby has scored, McGinn has scored, and Lockyer scored an own goal from a Moussa Diaby cross. Now, I have Cash, and I have... I was going to say, I'm going to say it early because I was leading up to it, but I have Cash and Watkins, and it was Cash's cross into Watkins who had a tap-in, and Watkins missed. So I could have got loads of points in just one incident for Villa, but no, never mind. Yeah, FPL users will be very sad that Watkins has yet to score. Subs have been made for Aston Villa as well as Luton Town. Cross comes in. McGinn has mishit it. That really should be fought. John McGinn has scuffed his shot into the floor. Lovely cross from the right. Villa should have very easily made that 4-0. That's a really poor finish. Mpanzu and Adebayo have come on for Luton for Nakamba and Morris, respectively. Yeah, I expected more from Morris today. He scored 3 goals. He's Luton's highest goal scorer. I thought he was going to be, their outlet, I guess. Their talisman. He's someone that I was a little bit worried about. Every game, you should always be worried about, their club's talisman. I'm sure they were concerned about Ollie Watkins for the same reason. Morris, to be fair to him, look, the build-up play for Luton wasn't amazing, but he did very little today for them. Subs for Aston Villa. We did make a plethora of subs, which included Diego Carlos coming on. For some reason, my app has not updated the subs, which is annoying. But Carlos, I know for a fact, came on as I was talking. Watkins trying to find Diaby. Really good defending. I think that was Tave Chong coming back to defend for Luton Town. A win is a win. We could have ended up third this morning, except Liverpool a win. Yeah, just make sure you win your games. It's 11 league home wins in a row. Just make sure you win them. City have kicked off against Man United. It's currently goalless in that game after 10 minutes. With Man City. Wow, very even game so far. Shot each and only 52% of the ball to Manchester City. Could be a very interesting game. I will be watching that straight after this Villa one. Straight after. Is Tielemans into McGinn. That's a poor pass. Barkley. And Luton have it in their back line. Tom Lockyer. What are the fans saying? I need to hear what the fans singing. We want our something back. I think they sing we want our Marv back. Ironic applause as passes come through from Luton, which I think is just a little bit unnecessary. Dave Chong. Oh, Chong's getting booed because he's a blue nose. It took Villa fans a few seconds. Oh, it's a good pass actually to Ogbene. It's a rare chance for Luton Town here. Ogbene against John McGinn. Mpanzu. Townsend's cross. It's a good one. It's awkward. Oh! It's an own goal! It's an own goal! Luton have scored. It's a Konsa own goal. Ezri Konsa has scored an own goal. Aston Villa will not get a clean sheet. Oh my goodness me. Oh, Luton have scored without having a shot on target here. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. Townsend's cross. And Konsa's just tried to head it over his... Oh, it actually might be a Martinez own goal. Because Konsa's tried to head it over his own goal. It's hit the crossbar and bounced back off Martinez. Yeah, it's a Martinez own goal. It's Konsa's mistake, but it's an Emi Martinez own goal. Well, that is a calamitous own goal for Aston Villa. It's an own goal. It is an own goal, to be fair. You've got to see it to believe it. Konsa's tried to put it over his own goal. Konsa's header hits the crossbar. It bounces back, hits Martinez in the head and goes in. Yeah, it's just one of those. It's kind of funny, really. Offside flag has gone up. 84 minutes gone. I'm here to talk to myself as there are still... Yeah, it is shite, isn't it? It is shite. I don't know if you know this, but the whole of the UK are currently going through this. If you go on YouTube, I went on, I think, Redmen TV and some other like Liverpool channels, and they're all having the same issue. To be fair, Yoshi, it's technically not a Konsa own goal. It's a Konsa mistake. It's not a Konsa own. Oh man, it's funny I can say that. I'm a bit annoyed we haven't got a clean sheet in this game because Luton have literally not had a shot on target and they've scored. And to be fair to Luton, I find it funny. They celebrated that goal like they've just scored a Champions League final winner, which fair play to them. They've had a fun day out in Birmingham. I'll let them have their fun. I have lost my cash clean sheet points on Konsa pissing about. I literally can't be asked. I've missed out on Konsa clean sheet points because not Konsa clean sheet. I missed out on cash clean sheet points because of Konsa trying to head it over his own goal for no reason. And then Martinez had to dive because he was trying to save it and it hit the crossbar and it hit back off Martinez. Bailey tries to find Diaby, but the pass is intercepted by Tom Lockyer. And Chong has just put the ball out of play. Oh dear. He's getting a lot of stick, obviously, for being a blue nose. And he's not played very well since coming on. You call 3-1. You did, to be fair. You did. Also, what a stream. Yeah, incredible internet issues. Read that. There we go. For anyone joining the stream, just read that. Oh, that's never a foul, by the way. Tae Chong has pretty much simulated a dive there. I don't agree with that at all. Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna see if other channels are still having issues. I think they are, unfortunately. It's freezing a lot. It's cutting. Yeah, people are having issues on Mark Goldbridge's stream, unfortunately. Freezing. Luton have missed another chance. UK is currently having stream issues on YouTube. Fantastic. Watkins, I think he's won a throw in that. A few minutes to go here, still 3-1 to Aston Villa. Luca Digne with the throw in for Aston Villa. Apparently Onan has made a big save for Man United in their game. I just type YouTube on Twitter, what comes up? For some reason YouTube has loads of okay. Finding anything on YouTube on Twitter is a nightmare. Yeah, it's a lot of it is in like kanji and the word YouTube is just absolutely filled with other languages, unfortunately, because I can't really tell what they're saying. Oh, fun, yeah, I can't really find anything, unfortunately. Have fun. Sub for Aston Villa, Leander Dendonker's coming on. I will have a quick check to see what the subs were earlier because they weren't telling me. Tielemans went on for Kamara, Carlos on for Cash, Traore on for Diaby, and now Douglas Luiz on for Leander Dendonker. Those are the 2 subs. Those are the 5 subs for Aston Villa. Great game for Diaby today. Thought he's done really well. Scored a goal. Got the assist for the own goal. Put the cross in for Lockyer to put it into the back of his own net. I'm watching it on Twitter, mate. With only a couple minutes to go here. It's a Twitter live stream. 1 minute delay. It's not terrible. 4 minutes out of time been shown. It is still Brighton 1, Fulham 1, Liverpool 3, Forest 0. The third goal for Liverpool was Mohamed Salah. That game is close to ending, just like ours, and it's still Man United 0, Manchester City 0 in the Manchester derby at Old Trafford. as I've said before, as things stand, Aston Villa leapfrog Manchester City in the Premier League table. And if Man United get a win, Villa will be a point, I think a whole point above City. Yeah. We're above them on goal difference, but we'd be a whole point above City, which is kind of mad to think about. Villa have scored 26 goals in the Premier League. That is the joint current record, by the way. Only Newcastle are level with goals scored. Villa have scored more goals than any Premier League team this season, bar Newcastle, which is crazy. A fourth Villa goal today would have meant we single-handedly hold the goal-scoring record. Unfortunately, that is not true, because we've only scored 3. I say only. I think the thing I'm annoyed about the most is no clean sheet. I'm a bit gutted about that, I can't lie. I am a bit gutted about that. Tommy Lockett for Luton. Dribbling the ball forward. Here's Townsend. Luton won a penalty. Will never be given for that. They are trying everything in the book to get decisions. You can't blame them. You cannot blame them. It was Tom Lockyer, the centre back, running forward to win. Dendoncker for Villa. Good ball into Traore. Traore tries to nutmeg Tom then. I was taking the piss a little bit. He's lost the ball in doing so. Townsend. That's a poor pass. Looking for Townsend will keep it in play though. Tielemans, Traore. Villa playing out from the back. Oh, the Donker's lost it. Barkley, chat to Luton. Good block, Torres. That was going in. That block from Torres is massive. Villa pissing about again at the back. And Luton Town. Yeah, what is Dendoncker doing? That's silly. Barkley winning it off him. And this block from Torres is so important. Townsend corner. Minute and a half to go it. Still 3-1 to Aston Villa. Corner swings in towards far post. And that's probably going to float all the way across to the touchline. It isn't. It's going to be kept in play. It's deflected from Traore. Another corner to Luton. This time in front of their away fans. Townsend corner. Towards far post. Nodded on. Barkley. It's saved by Martinez. I think offside was shown anyway. And I think that is it. That is full time. It is Aston Villa 3. Luton Town 1. First of all, I've got to say, I apologise for all the issues on stream today. None of them, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, but if they weren't my fault, I probably could have fixed them by now, but none of them have been my fault. It has been YouTube. Lots of people, lots of streamers having these issues, unfortunately, and me being one of them. The UK is currently, and has been currently, suffering from, I don't even know what it is. It's like, it's not showing the stream, it's just lagging. It's taking it back 5 seconds. It's just all over the place. But the UK is currently going through it, and I apologise you guys have had to suffer that today on this live stream. I will be live for Aston Villa versus Nottingham Forest next week. A massive win for Aston Villa today. We needed to make sure we've got the win over the line, because Luton, although we should beat them, they can be a banana peel, like we've seen when they beat Everton. They got a draw with Forest as well. But we've got the win. Unfortunately, no clean sheet. Is what it is. Up the Villa. Thank you all for watching.